Hey, they're out here with the Nevada Highway Patrol. Just saw them pull over a guy. Good, how are you?
I think I found it.
Seeing what the Nevada Highway Patrol is up to.
Just filming?
Just filming.
Gotcha. Hello.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Life is good as long as you wake up.
I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Cool color. You not watching the Super Bowl?
Nah,
No, no football?
I've seen enough of them.
Yeah. What are you filming for?
I put it on YouTube.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Drew,
Drew, what's your YouTube account?
auditing Reno 911. What's your name?
Trooper Dylan Harold.
Dylan? Nice to
Yeah.
meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. Any questions on anything?
No, I'm just watching and letting you guys do your thing.
Okay. No, I was just
That-
asking.
that's what I
I'm
do.
just backing him up, so I'm just hanging out.
Cool. No. The only thing I care about is you guys doing your job professionally, following the Constitution,
Cool, appreciate that.
enforcing laws, not making laws up.
Yep, no laws made up here.
Oh, the state of Nevada is renowned for it.
Not me.
I hope so. I just want good cops.
Yep, yeah, we all do, don't we?
Unfortunately, there aren't very many. Well, here, let me ask you a question, though. How can there be good cops when they allow the bad cops to keep doing what they do?
I mean, and every job's gonna have it, right?
No, but think about it this way. You've got power under the law to take actions individually as an officer.
Right.
So individually, if you see a bad cop, you could make an arrest and file a complaint, and that'll put it through the system.
Yeah.
So how come bad cops still exist when good cops have that authority?
Yeah, well, I mean, in my case, I don't really see a whole lot of bad cops. At least with who I work with. I mainly work with good dudes, and if I did see otherwise, then yeah, I'd say something. But
See, I got hotboxed by Deputy Jason Bueno at Carson City Sheriff's Office.
I don't know much about Carson. I work for NHP.
Right, no, I recognize that, but I also had an experience with Highway Patrol a while ago where Highway Patrol goes and makes up fake laws and has those
What
out
was
there.
that?
Well, that's through the Nevada Transportation Authority. You know the auto return you guys use?
Yeah.
So there's something called an administrative fee that's on the tariff. And that administrative fee was put on the regulation without any due process. And so when the state of Nevada does that and not use the troopers, but use the command staff,
Right.
all the way up to Tagliati, when they implement false regulations and enforce them under the color of law, and there's no way for the citizens to deal with that, there's a problem. And it's from the top down is how I see the problem. So when I see bad cops and I mention a deputy that hotboxed me in the back of a patrol car and arrested me for filming, there's a problem. When you have the deputy director of the Nevada Department of Corrections ordering me to stop filming, there's a problem. When you have the library director of Washoe County, Jeff Scott, commit the crime of battery on me, and the Washoe County Sheriff's Department closes the case, that's a problem. At the same time, you have the chief of the Capitol Police that took a complaint from me for an Allied Universal Security Guard that was prosecuted for the same crime that the Washoe County Library Director committed upon me.
Right.
There's a two-tier justice system where those in government are not held accountable, but the public is. So how is there any justice? And if there's a two-tier system, how are there any good cops? Does that question make sense?
Was there a question in that?
Well, how are there good cops if there's a two-tier justice
I don't
system?
know. I mean, I go out, I do my job, that's about it.
Right. I recognize that, and you're a young guy, and I appreciate that. But as a guy that's got a few more years under him, I've looked at my life and looked at the system, and I've always supported law enforcement. But then when I see the government constantly having a two-tier system depending on who you know, so for example, you work Highway Patrol, Washoe County area,
Right.
the Washoe County manager, Eric Brown. Have you seen the video about his wife, Sparks?
I don't even know who Eric Brown is.
He's the county manager. He runs the county.
Okay.
He's the kingpin at the county. The commissioners give the order, they vote, and he's the guy that's supposed to carry it
Right.
out. So he's in charge. Yet Sparks PD 2 years ago arrested his wife for DUI. She blew times over.
Right.
You know what penalties she got? Virtually none. But yet the same day, a Hispanic man was arrested for DUI, basically same circumstances. He has to go through the whole system, he gets convicted.
Right.
So why does the county manager's wife get a free pass and the Hispanic man doesn't?
Yeah, dude, that's all above me. I can't tell you.
I get it, but what I'm telling you is a young trooper, and you're doing this job, so you're the future of what's going to change out there.
Right.
10 more years, I'm, wherever I'm at. 10 more years, you're how long you been doing the job now?
I am at 3.5 years.
So 10 more years, you'll be 13 years in. You'll be fairly well seasoned by then, and you'll may have seen some more of the hypocrisies. But at that point in time, you may have some stripes on your arm or a bar on your shoulder, or who the fuck knows.
Right.
Sorry, I cussed.
You're okay.
But at that point in time, then you may have some authority and some power to make some change in the system.
Hopefully.
The problem with Highway Patrol is Highway Patrol, every few years, your chief changes, right?
Yeah.
Because how Highway Patrol works is you guys come in, you work your way up, you get to where you're going to retire. About 2 or 3 years before you retire, the governor appoints you as the chief, and then you ride out your retirement to get the maximum retirement benefit they can. Then they put a new chief in.
Right.
So you guys have no consistency in your leadership at the top.
Yeah.
You'd agree with that, probably.
It changes a lot.
Yeah. And so for the guys on the ground like you guys, that's got to be a difficult thing not to have consistency of leadership.
Yeah.
So how do you fix that problem so you have consistency of leadership within law enforcement, so long term you can have good, consistent training that's constitutionally compliant?
Right.
Because I'll bet you if I start asking you what's the third amendment of the U.S. Constitution, do you know? You took an oath to uphold it though, right?
Right.
See, for me, I think that's a problem. But let's look at the Nevada Constitution. Do you know what Article 1, Section 9 of the Nevada Constitution is? So that's akin to the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, freedom of speech, freedom of press, what I'm
Right.
doing right here. So what I believe is a very inexpensive way to get government back under control is, let's say every year you as a state employee and everybody with you, government employee, has 8 hours of constitutional training.
Right.
What does the Constitution mean? What rights does it give me?
Right.
How does it restrict you doing your job? And when you're not wearing the uniform and you're off duty, what rights does it guarantee you?
Yeah.
Is that a good thing for you as a government employee to know? Because right now you're out here talking to a guy that knows all these things,
Right.
but you're a law enforcement guy that's paid to know these things and taken an oath to know them, but you don't entirely know them.
Right.
And I'm not being critical of you for that.
No.
I'm critical of your leadership for that.
Yeah.
Because I think you can do a better job if you know these things. That's just my perspective.
No. I mean, the more you know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's always better to know more. It's just, I mean, as you know, there's so much to know. And I mean, there's so many random laws and all that too in Nevada. It's just, like, since you get into it while you're new, there's a lot to learn, and it takes a while to learn that all. I mean, you've probably been researching this stuff for a long time, right?
No, I ran a business for a couple of decades, and then the government started screwing with me in my business.
Oh,
and
really?
they,
What
and
business did you own?
I own A&A Towing. So you guys,
okay.
I work with you guys all the time.
Okay, cool.
So that's why I know about auto return.
Gotcha.
That's why I know about how this whole thing came to be. And that's why I'm upset, because I keep seeing government. For example, the other day, 2 DMV guys came into my lot, and they told me that a lien that I'd processed because you guys impounded a car a year ago was no good. You want to know why it's no good?
Why?
Because the government screwed up. So they were going to arbitrarily delete my legal process of obtaining a lien. And they told me that my lien was no good because I didn't know certain things that weren't codified. So how do you enforce something that's not codified if you got a badge on? But yet, this just happened last week. I got a call from one of your lieutenants just the other night, trying to figure out what happened. But I'm the guy that's the business guy that has to pay for the mistakes of the government. So that's why I'm out recording the government now, because I keep finding you guys come and audit me and try to find things wrong in my business. But what I know about human beings is we're all fallible.
Tell you what, sir, we gotta get going. You have yourself a wonderful, safe day, okay?
You too, man.
It was a pleasure talking to you. Okay?
Good talking to you. Have a good
All
one.
right, I appreciate it. Be safe.
You too. Okay, guys, that was our little highway patrol encounter. Saw him pulling the gal over, saw two of them. Wasn't quite sure why two cops were pulling one gal over. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.